Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all know how we get into it, so let's just go. I am tired this morning, as you can hear. It's like, but just wanted to give you a little video today. It's going to be about the government shutdown, just like the real story about it, because I feel like people aren't really realizing exactly what's going on with the facts in the land and why I think people that are, civil minded need to be more up in arms about it. So let's just get into it. So, the reason why our government is shut down right now, and mind you, look at the last several government shutdowns. They've ironically happened under Republican administrations and Republican led bodies. So, if you want to know what party shutdowns happened under more, it's definitely Republicans. You can Google it yourself. But the result is the government has to have agreements. Like there are checks and balances in that were within our system of government that kind of forces people to work together. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole point of democracy is compromise. It's really not just having one side say, "Here's our shit, just do it." And the main reason that our government is shut down right now is because of refusals to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? That is literally if you want to know the one reason, primary reason, there's several, but that is the main major reason. So I'll walk you through the steps. So every year there has to be a budget, right? A budget that's passed that Congress has to approve. And generally that budget is debated, right? You know what I'm saying? So you have both sides want to get some things in, and to usually it requires both parties to compromise and sign on to the bill. Otherwise, it won't get passed. But what Republicans decided to do this time, which is probably the first time ever in American history, is they decided to say, fuck the Democrats. Like they said, we're just going to do our own budget bill. It's called the Big Beautiful Bill. We're not even going to talk to the Democrats. We're doing everything we want to do, and we're going to get every Republican to sign on it as a one-way shot. And we're going to pass it through, and that's that. And the Republicans had the majority in the House of Representatives, and they had the majority in the Senate, and they had the presidency. So at that moment, they could just say, fuck you, this is exactly what we're going to do. And Democrats were like, if you want us to sign on, there are a couple things that we need to address, like healthcare and all these kind of things. But the Republicans said, fuck you, we're going to push it through, and that's that. But what they also knew is that like there had to be continuing resolutions to fund the government. So they had a budget, but you also have to have a resolution to actually fund some of the endeavors. And they promised the Democrats, oh, we'll talk about healthcare. We'll talk about it eventually, but let's just support us now, and then we'll get to it. Well, fast forward now, it's like October, November, right? And Democrats are like, hey, you said you were going to talk about it in good faith, but you didn't. But also, mind you, in this process, uh, things that were appropriated last year. So throughout the budgeting process last year, there were continuing resolutions. And right now, there's literally money for projects that were funded in a bipartisan way, signed into law that are ready to go. But what are the Republicans and Donald Trump doing? They're refusing to honor it. So like there are, highway plans for California and New Jersey and New York. And ironically, they're all places that didn't vote for him, right? And he's holding that money hostage. So he's defying the Constitution because you can't do that. You literally can't stop money that's already appropriated for projects that were done and approved by Congress, signed into law, all these things. He's literally trying to weaponize those things that were already agreed upon last year to try and leverage more, strength to be able to get more things he wants done that are also unconstitutional. So the reason why I'm mentioning that to you is like it really gives very, very little faith for the Democrats to actually honor in good faith. Because I don't know if you paid attention, they're like, oh, we should have good faith negotiations, good faith negotiations. But how could you have good faith negotiations if the last negotiations you had, you went back on all those things? So even if Democrats actually negotiate some things to go into the funding resolution and they agree upon it and Congress says it's, agreed, the president can just say, no, I'm not doing that, which is exactly what happened last time. So that's why, Democrats are a little bit leery to negotiate in good faith with a party that literally does not have any good faith in practice, like in practice, right? So small digression there. So we're here. It was like October's November now, and the Republicans are basically saying, sign this CR, sign this continuing resolution. And if you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like you will be to blame for shutting down the government. You know what I'm saying? And they understand that shutting down the government, at least in theory, impacts Democratic supporters a little bit more, right? You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of social programs that Democrats are in favor of, because, Democrats have policies that more align with the working poor. So obviously, the policies that they support would hurt the working poor more. Ironically, isn't it funny that the party, like Republicans, claim they're for working people, but yet they're aware they're using shutting down the government as a tactic of something that won't impact them as much. So it doesn't make any sense intuitively, right? So, but they're willing to shut down the government, to be able to force Democrats to fund this CR. And what they're hoping is that there will be enough suffering that the Democrats will have enough pressure from their base to just capitulate and just sign it. But the Democrats are like, nah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and the reason why is because of health care. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're saying that, all of our premiums are going to go up, and you don't have to believe them. Go look. You should have got a letter from your insurance company already. You should have got a letter from your job talking about how your contributions are going to go up. It's not a lie. The insurance companies are not denying it. All the facts are coming out. They're showing that, like, people are going to be going from paying $1,000 a month to $4,000 a month. It's going to fucking happen. I mean, I know right now we're just pretending that shit's not going to go down, but it literally is going to go down. And Democrats are using that as the primary reason to say, like, hey, we have to fight for this. Like, people are going to be fucked up. Like, just fund it. You say you want to fund it, fund it. And they are willing to not fund the government as a result of that. So both people are, hoping that they will not get blamed for the reasons that they're not holding the government. So just to recap, the Republicans are shutting down the government so that they can pass their non-bipartisan bill that most people are upset about, and they don't want to have to negotiate health care in the beginning of that. They just want it all done, and then they'll say, well, maybe we'll negotiate health care later, and maybe we'll actually follow through on what we negotiate, which we actually didn't do last time, and we actually lied to you about talking about health care. So it's like there really is no evidence to do so. And the Democrats are saying, hey, we're going to shut it down so we can protect our constituents. Now, and to be fair, Republicans are claiming that the reason why they're having an issue with it is because they're saying that Democrats want to fund and give all this money to undocumented immigrants. But if you ask any single Democrat, they say that that's not true. You know what I'm saying? And they're willing to negotiate to make special carve outs just in case they think that it's true, that they can have special language for it. But of course, they don't want to do it. And anyone has applied to any benefits, and if you look at any statistics about fraud, it will show that, like, that shit is just a lie. Like, it's just 100% a lie. But also, let me just have an anecdotal situation. What if it was true? What if, of the $40 billion we're asking for healthcare, right? What if 1 billion went to undocumented immigrants? Are we willing to give up 39 billion for the people that need it, that qualify it, to stop 1 billion from people that might not? I digress. But so that literally is the issue right now. And they're willing to make you starve. So a part of the federal government shutdown is SNAP benefits being cut off to the most needy of people. And that was of November 1st. And remember, 65% of SNAP benefits go to children or elderly people or disabled people. So Republicans are willing to starve out the most needy of folks to make a political point, right? So, and mind you, if you thought it wasn't about their cruelty, like, oh, the Democrats are doing it too, no, there's literally a contingency fund that was set up, of course, by Democrats because they know the Republicans love to weaponize the government and attack the needy. So there is like a contingency fund that allows SNAP to be able to continue at least for a month while governments are shut down. And do you know who's against that? Republicans. They literally, Trump more specifically, is blocking that shit. And Democrats literally had to go and sue him and the federal government to allow these funds that are already appropriated, already paid for during the fucking holiday season to let people still eat. So mind you, one party, the Democrats, had to sue the Republican Party to release emergency funds so people can eat during the holiday season. And it's Republicans that are like, okay, maybe you were using it as a tactic to shut down the government, but now you're like holding off the emergency funds during holiday season. I mean, the point is to suffer. And my point is, most people who are most negatively impacted by the government shutting down or these SNAP benefits are not knowing the facts. Right? They're not knowing that one party literally wants you to starve. They want you to starve. And they're willing to do that and shut down the government and all those things that make it happen. And let's also add the little tidbit that now Mike Johnson, the head of the House, is like, not only is the government done, but they're not going to be in session. So you notice the Senate is still in session. The government shut down, but they're still there. The House of Representatives are out. And you know the main reason? Because they don't want to release the fucking Epstein files. Because there's somebody that was elected in Arizona that is a representative that could come in session and then force some of these votes, including the release of the Epstein files. So they really are running out of town. One, to starve you. And two, to make sure that you don't have health care. And then three, to protect pedophiles. It's like 1, 2, and 3. And to hear people just like not, like, to give this both sides, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, we need to get this information out here. It needs to be known. It needs to be spread. And y'all, just until next time, like, the choice is clear. We have to do everything to get all these Republicans out of office. It is literally at this point, we're like, what the fuck, y'all? Like, every thing you should be talking about should be about this. Every fucking moment, every person you speak to, it should be the number one shit. Like, what else is important right now than people starving, people getting fucking deported, motherfuckers having their health care cut off? What else are we talking about? Motherfuckers getting snatched off the streets? Like, I don't get it. Until next time.